So I'm gonna make gorilla juice again. Do you see the lemon? Okay. Good. So just like I said before, the last time I had too much noise in the background, so I'm gonna try and do this so you guys can hear it. So basically I'm just taking citrus fruit, all this citrus fruit right here, and I'm just gonna be squeezing it into like a vessel. Okay, now mind you, I'm making a super large batch for me and my entire family. It's gonna be like a gallon of water. It's gonna be a very big batch, so you don't have to use this much. Now I say for like an individual serving, if you were just doing a cup, you might use maybe 1 or 2 lemons or 1 or 2 limes. Maybe 1 lemon, because lemons are a little bit larger. Depending on how much citrus you like. And then maybe 16 ounces of water. And then your sweetener and all of that stuff. So I'm just doing a large batch to kind of show you some of the techniques that I use and the method that I use to make it. And also make it taste good, because it can go wrong. It's berry green powder, some bitter herbs in there mixed in, so you don't want to like make this wrong, because it'll be chunky. Like, oh my god, Tay told me to drink some swamp water. No, that's not what I said. So make sure you do that right. So again, like I said, just getting the citruses in here. Now sometimes I take out the seeds because I have lemons with seeds. Sometimes I don't take them out because I'm lazy. That's why. Also, seeds are actually good for you. I mean, don't drink all of them, but they do have some nutrient content. If you swallow 1 seed, you're not going to die. It's actually healthy for you. And you want seeded fruit as much as you can get seeded fruit anyway, because seeded fruit actually means that it can produce children. So there's that. So I'm just getting these limes in here. I think I got all my lemons. Just getting these limes, squeezing them in as much as I can. I like doing this by hand. Yes, my hands are clean. I'm not a savage. My hands will be clean anyway because it's lemon. But no, I've cleaned my hands before I'm doing this. I use my hands because I don't waste. So, you know what you want to do. It's your stuff. You do what you do. If anybody knows a good automatic or like juicer tool that actually gets all the juice out, let me know, because I've used a lot of them and I think that they're wasteful, and the Cape Verdean Africanness in me will not let me waste anything. So if I feel there's juice in there, I'll try to squeeze it out as much as I can. So also, fruit ain't free, so in America it's not. So if you guys know any good juicer, like little citrus juicer tools or anything, like, let me know, because anything that can make this process easier, I'm about that life. Alright, so these are the last limes that I'm squeezing in here now. And we got maybe like 1/3 cup of juice or whatever. Something about approximately about there. 1/3 cup of citrus juice. Okay. Now I'm going to wash my hands real quick. And then, be right back. Okay. Wash off my hands. Grabbing a spoon. And so, because remember, like I said, I am making this for a lot of people. I'm using heaping tablespoons, about 4.5. That's good. 4 heaping tablespoons. You would maybe put 1 teaspoon if you're doing this for yourself. You do not need that much. Okay? So, one of the keys to making this not swampy, disgusting, weirdo water is to mix in your citrus first, and then also your sweetener and your powder around a similar time before you get it in. I know it looks crazy. It looks like some type of weird green dough. But and I'm just using agave nectar, organic agave. I prefer darker agave, but you know, quarantine life, I am not trying to complain. I got any agave at all. Okay. You could also use stevia. You can use the stevia powder. I prefer the stevia extract. It's not as healthy, but tastes better. Stevia isn't the most pleasant tasting sweetener. Personally, I don't think it is. It's very healthy for you, but it's an acquired taste. Okay? So, got the sweetener in here, and you see how it's just kind of breaking down. Now, that's the acid breaking everything down, and the acid intermixing with the sugar and the agave. And also I added some more liquid content, so it's kind of breaking it down a little bit. I like to do this a little bit before, especially with larger batches, because what you'll see is it'll settle a lot. So kind of emulsifying the key ingredients like the sweetener and the lemon into the powder first kind of creates a little bit more emulsification once you add the water. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just take my I'm rinsing it out real quick. Just taking my blender top. Now you could use anything that has a spout on it. Just using this, you know, because I think that it will be easier to pour back into this bottle after that. And I'm going to add some water in here too, just to make it a little easier to pour out. Also, this has a wide top. You see how it has a wide top? The reason why that's going to be key is because you see this has no spout to it. You could have used some, you could have mixed everything in the blender if you wanted to. I just think it would be harder to clean out the bottom of the blender because it's a little small at the bottom, and I don't really like wasting too much powder. But you just do this for how you think you want to do it. Okay, so now it's a lot more liquidy, as you can see, and I'm mixing it with a fork. Notice I'm whisking it with a fork, breaking down those powder pieces. Because it is a powder, there will be clumps inside of it. It will clump together. It's not a powder with anything unnatural in it. When you have no preservatives inside of a powder, it's going to naturally clump together. So you want to get most of those clumps out. kind of looks like plant blood, which is what we want it to look like right now. Okay. And put it in some of the solution into, or the mixture rather. Don't want to waste too much of it. And leave some of that mixture. Now get some of it out, a little bit more, some of the powder. And you see how it's sticking inside this? It's gonna stick everywhere, okay? Everywhere you put this powder, the powder is gonna settle at the bottom. There's no way to emulsify it beyond the stuff that I'm telling you, which is trying to mix it together, cream beforehand, okay? Get as much of it. Now you can see, boom, a lot of the powder came out. Still a little bit right there. I'm going to take a little bit more water. Okay. Try to get as much of that powder out as I possibly can. This is another reason why we use the fork. Okay. Helps loosen up as much. Oops. Excuse me. Whoop, drop some. That's from my foot. It's going to absorb into my foot and then hit my bloodstream. Right. So, get as much powder as we possibly can out of it. Just a little bit more powder. I'm going to leave that to the side for people who are extraneous about those types of things. No. Okay. Got some on my foot. Sure. Okay. All right. Good. So now we have the Gorilla powder, and it's basically in its final form here. Still a little bit thick, so I'm going to pour it into this jug of water. First, let me put down the funnel. Okay, and it's much easier to pour it in now because you have a spout and a funnel. So, just gonna get all of that in there as much as possible. Okay. And what I like to do now is just give it a good vigorous shake. Okay. And there we have it. A gallon of gorilla juice ready to be drinking by all the hungry gorillas in my family. Okay, so everybody will drink this. I describe the flavor and taste of this as something akin to like an earthy lemonade. As you see all the citrus fruit that went in there. Then there was that agave sweetener that went in there as well. So it will have a flavor, like I said, similar to like a earthy lemonade taste. Very healthy for you. And again, this is good for all types of stuff. It's a nutritive. So this is my Nourish powder, the Nourish formula that I make. And it's filled with moringa. It has spirulina, chlorella, soursop, and Irish moss inside of it. And that's the current formula that I sell on my website. If you want to buy the formula as a powder, you can go to GeminiHolistics.com, GEMINEYE holistics.com, and purchase some of the powder there. And again, I do recommend taking it in a liquid form. You can throw that powder in smoothies if you like. You could make this a recipe for gorilla juice with it. Basically, you could do all kinds of stuff. You can also order it as a capsule on my website. Whatever works for you, just get the greens in there. Okay. Goodbye.